When you print off your worksheet here, if you've got a couple of pages, it might be a good idea to insert some headers and footers, like page numbers, for example, and maybe also you want at the top of each header your company name, although you could have this repeated at the top of each page. I want you to notice down on this worksheet it's called the DF payroll. Keep that in mind. So to create my headers and footers, up on the File menu, down to Page Setup, and then click on the Header and Footer tab. Now I can create my custom headers by clicking on this button, my custom footer by clicking on that button. And in this preview window you can see I have currently no headers and down below no footers. So I click Custom Header, and then up at the top I can type in Meeting. You do have some buttons here. This one's for your font. You click on it and it gives you the opportunity to change your font for the meeting. What type of, well, do you want it bold and what size? And then click OK. But make sure you have it selected first. And then click OK. Also, in the center section, if you want to put this on your header, you can do your page numbers, and you've got your page number and page of. For example, I'll type in page, hit the spacebar, insert the page number, and this is the coding. Hit the spacebar, type of, hit the spacebar again, put in the second coding. When finished and all said and done, it'll say page 1 of the number of pages, which is the total page 2 pages. Also, you remember down the tab here where it said DF Payroll? By clicking on this button, it actually inserts the name of the tab. And then I can click OK and to get a quick preview up here. So there it is, the meeting. It's going to be up at the top of all the headers, page 1 of 1, and then DF Payroll. Custom footer is the same thing as the custom header. It just means that you're going to put down it in the footer of each page that prints off by clicking on it. In this case, I'll put it in the right section, in other words, in the lower right-hand corner of the footer. Well, let's do the time, hit the space bar and do the date. So time and date, and then click OK. And right now it's displaying the current time and date. I can click OK and everything will be accepted, or I can click on Print Preview to get an idea what it's going to look like. Click on it once to zoom out. You can see there's Meeting, page 1 of 2, DF Payroll. There's the time in the lower right-hand corner. Then click on the next button to go to the next page, and it repeats on all the pages here. Finally, if I want to change my margins here, I recommend clicking on the Setup here. You could click on the Margins button here, but what that does is it opens up these lines. You can click and drag manually your margins. I'd rather type them in numerically, meaning that when I click on the Setup, I go to the Margins tab, and I say instead of 3/4 of an inch on the left-hand side, I'll do a 1/2 inch, and you can see it starts moving it to the left-hand side, this margin in the screen behind us, and then a 1/2 inch as well. One final note is that I can center the information on the page horizontally and do it vertically, so it puts it right in the middle if the text doesn't fill up the whole page or the information from the sheets. And then click OK. I want to turn these margins off. They don't look good. So automatically it centers it in the middle for page 2. But what if I go to the previous page, page 1? Well, because it fills it up already, there's really not much space to center on. Now you can do this in Print Preview, or you can close out and go File to Page Setup and also click on the Margins tab. You can also select the page orientation, whether it's portrait or you need a little bit more space width-wise. Select Landscape, then click the Print Preview and see where your new cutoff point will be. It's giving us more space here. And then now I have page 1 of 3, so it's giving me quite a bit of room. Click Next, go to the next page, click Next, and well, it repeats up at the top. Maybe the orientation isn't the best idea, but you get the point if you need more space width-wise. I'm going to click on Setup, change it back to Portrait, and click OK. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, as soon as I upload a new video, you'll be notified instantly, and you can do that by coming over here and clicking on my face. You can also click here to support me, so for $2 a month, you can have access to over 2,700 training videos, all ad-free, and for a few bucks more, you can have access to my exercises, instructor notes, quizzes, certificate of completion, and a whole lot more.